I did not crush my goals for the second quarter of 2024, and that's okay. Like, we had a lot happen in April through June that I didn't really expect, and that's okay. Sometimes when something big happens to you or you're grieving, you have to give yourself space to feel those emotions, and it has to be okay that life isn't continuing as normal. And I'm saying it like that's something you need to do, but I really am talking to myself here that like, it's okay that I wasn't operating at 100% or 90% or 80% this quarter or crushing all of my goals, because there are things that are more important, like my emotional health. And so what I need to do for this third quarter, I've realized, because although things are getting better, I am grieving, but less so than I was last quarter. I still know that I'm not the same person that I was heading into the second quarter of 2024. I don't have the same energy that I did. And I also just know that, life happens. Like, last quarter was a very good reminder of that. And so the fact that life happens is a good reason for me to get crystal clear about what's really important to me to accomplish and the things that I really want to build into my life over these next 3 months. I actually have a birthday in this quarter, so pretty excited about that. And so I think as I'm heading into a new age, I want to be thinking about, okay, what do I want this next year of my life to look like? I like that my birthday is in the summer because it's just sort of like this nice reset halfway through the year. If your birthday's not in the summer, I'm sorry, we can come up with another way for you to get a nice reset, I guess. But I wanted to quick recap what my seasonal plan was for the second quarter. And I actually did not share this on the YouTube channel because I wanted to see if it was going to work. It was inspired by some reading I did in Digital Minimalism by Cal Newport. I've talked about that book a lot already on this channel. We did like a digital detox based off of it and things like that. So I took what I learned there about having a plan for your leisure hours, and I actually made it for like my entire quarter. So as you can see here on my little thing, this was my seasonal plan, and it fits all on one page, which I like. That is simple enough for me. But then each section is divided into objectives, which those are like your goals, and then habits, which like are the things that you're going to do to like actually support those objectives. These are like concrete action steps, but repeatable ones. So then I have objectives, habits on this side. And then I have work, life, and leisure, because I feel like life is maybe like personal development types of things, or like my relationships, things like that. Leisure is things I just want to do for fun. And I think that it is important to plan those things. That's something that I'm learning as I'm trying to take a slower pace of life and just really simplify my life and enjoy it, be more present in the moment. I think it's important as an adult to actually plan time to have fun, because otherwise I will just do chores or tasks the entire time and then not have anything fun, and I just get grumpier and more burnt out. So anyway, maybe that's just me, but I don't think so, because otherwise why would Cal Newport have written about that? But anyway, you can decide if that's you or not. This is more or less the format I'm going to use for this third quarter, because I did really like it. I felt like it gave me a nice structure, but enough flexibility that I could work things around. However, I'm going to tell you, like, I definitely was setting ambitious goals with this, and I didn't even realize it. Like, I have 3 work objectives. They're all pretty chunky. 4 objectives for life, 4 for leisure. And so I thought like, oh, I'm between 3 and 5. That's golden. I think that for this current stage of my life, just how I know things have been going, I need 3 or less for each category. I don't think I can do 4. So I'll just go bullet point by bullet point through what my plan was for quarter 2. And then I'm going to talk about how I will change it for quarter 3. Okay, so let's talk about work first. For work, my first goal was to continue to run my freelance writing business, delivering good quality products on time. Make a minimum of $2,000 a month. The habits that I was going to use to sustain that were to check my emails for deadlines 5 minutes each morning, and schedule my week to incorporate writing time. Okay, cool. I did not meet this goal. I did continue running my business. I did deliver good quality products on time. I did not make $2,000 a month. And honestly, I'm looking at this number now and I'm going like, that's okay. That's not actually what I need to make. That's not in our budget. So I think I'm going to this month actually make this a realistic number. This really has to stay. Everything else about it is, fine. Next one, have 60 videos scheduled on worthy hours. I did not reach that. As you may know, if you've been following the channel for any length of time, when the hard thing happened to us, I actually took some time off of YouTube, and I think that that was the right choice for me. I think it was also the right choice for you because you would have gotten a lot of really sad content during that month, and I think I just needed to grieve and process privately. So I don't have 60 videos. I think that this video will be video number 59, and that's okay. Life happened, and you know what? We're gonna just keep making progress, keep sharing on this YouTube channel. And then related to that, I needed to schedule time into my week to film and edit. I needed to come up with video topics and then start getting up at 7 a.m. and start work by 8 or 9. I did not do that. I was doing really well with that in April, and that has fallen off. And then just the final thing on here was I have some YouTube training that I am going through. I wanted to make it through more of the course than I did. I honestly think that's okay. I think that probably for this one, instead of saying, oh, I want to complete a certain amount of the course by watching this many videos, I'm just going to say I want to watch, 2 or 3 videos each week. So my work one is going to be relatively unchanged here. I think I'm going to make a few tweaks to make these goals more achievable this quarter. So that I don't feel the pressure to have to overperform and overachieve, because I think that that's what I need at this point in my life. But otherwise, pretty similar, I would say. I just flicked water on my cute little seasonal plan. Okay, never mind the little smudge there. We're gonna flip over here and do the new seasonal plan. Okay, so then what habits am I going to incorporate to support these new simplified goals? So I think that the first habit that I'm gonna incorporate is check email 1 time per day. That's still super important because if clients are reaching out and I'm not checking my email, then I'm not gonna get as much work. Schedule a week or develop a routine for my writing and filming and editing, and also schedule time to watch YouTube training. Cool. I think that's good. So next is life. So my objectives were to do a minimum of 5 no-buy weeks to grow my contentment and capacity for generosity. The habit I had to support that was to map them out and follow them. I did not do super well with this one. I did well at mostly following that schedule. But there were definitely a few I had to switch around and a couple that I failed on because 5 in a quarter, it was really tough for me. And so this has been an area where I've noticed okay, I want to continue to grow in that. But maybe I need to sort of figure out what that needs to look like for me now, because I think that there's something nice about scheduling the weeks and just deciding ahead of time, but I did not follow them. So I need to figure out what was causing me not to follow them and what I can do about that. So I don't know if I want to include that one or not. I'll think about it. The second one was create an organized system for seeing friends more regularly to grow my connection. So I wanted to create a spreadsheet for 2 of my besties so that we actually could see our schedules together and figure out when we could get together. I did that. We actually did get together one time as part of that, which is awesome because we do not have the opportunity to get together very often. Figure out what my office hours for in-person connection should be. That's an idea that he talks about in Digital Minimalism. Honestly, I still don't know how to incorporate that because, my schedule is pretty flexible and I work from home and a lot of my friends are available at different times. So I think we're putting that on hold for now, but I have seen some growth in my connection this quarter, just getting together with friends and trying to make more of an effort to get out of the house and be with the people that I love and care about, reaching out to family, things like that. So I'm actually pretty happy with where that is for now. I'm going to keep paying attention to it though. Spend quality time with Andrew, vacation, dates, evenings to continue growing our love. So the habit I had for that was to plan 3 dates, 1 per month with Andrew. I don't know that I took him on 3 dates, but I have planned a few dates. And I think that this was a really good thing to be intentional about. I think I'm going to carry this one over. And then learn about intuitive eating and start practicing it to grow my health. I did not read the intuitive eating book that I have. I did not talk about it with my therapist like I planned. That completely fell off of my radar. So I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a couple of things I can simplify. First of all, I think that spending quality time with Andrew, like that one I want to keep, and I think I want to keep it relatively unchanged. I think I still want to prioritize that and plan some like fun things to sort of mix it up. I think that would be really fun. And I do also have some dates that I planned, but I didn't take him on because other things came up. So I think that this one needs to stay. Creating and organizing systems for seeing friends more regularly. I feel like this was born out of a desire to not be isolated and to feel like I had a way to see friends, and God has been really gracious and my friends have been really nice. And like, I've been able to spend more time with friends this time and sort of develop some ways where I'm just like, oh, okay, I know I can text this person and see if they want to hang out this week, or this person. And so that's been great. And I'm feeling pretty good about this, pretty optimistic. So I think that I can take this one off for this next quarter, just because I don't know what else I can do to improve. Oh, wow, I crossed that out. Okay, whatever. Do a minimum of 5 no-buy weeks. I think I'm going to keep that one. I think that one is good for me, especially because I wasn't able to complete it successfully. I think that this is one that maybe I'll try again. And then learn about intuitive eating and start practicing it. I would still like to do that, but I don't think that needs to be like a top priority for me right now. I am sort of implementing what I know how to do. And I think that for now, that needs to be enough. Okay, so for life, let's just do those 2. Prioritize spending time with Andrew. And then the habits that I'm going to have to support that are plan and schedule 3 dates. That's a carryover. And then the other habit that I want to incorporate is schedule work time so that I think schedule is the wrong word. I think I want structure work time so you have more of your evenings free. This may mean I need to start getting up early again. We'll see. And I'm actually going to lower the number of no-buy weeks that I need to do because I think that might also help. So I'm going to say do 4 no-buy weeks. I think what I need to do for right now is to think through why scheduling them didn't work. Okay. And if I uncover some interesting answers, maybe I will share that with you in a little update. And then leisure. This one is pretty fun. So there's the first thing is my classic devotional reading plan. I had this like grand plan to read a bunch of Christian devotional classics for the remaining months of 2024, and I have read actually 0 of them. I've read part of 1. I think that if I'm going to do that, that might need to be like 1 of 2 things because I am very far behind at this point. So, okay, maybe for my leisure time, I want that to be a priority. I'll think about it, but I think so. Write 1 letter per week to friends. I actually started out pretty strong on this, but I did not follow through. I did write a lot of letters. There wasn't 1 per week. It was like, okay, when we went on vacation, I wrote a ton of postcards. And then, I don't know, there are a few other times I wrote letters, but I need to simplify my life. And I don't think that I need the pressure of that. I think writing letters is fun and it's something that I can do when I feel like it, but I don't think I need to do it like consistently every week. Learn the key of E on guitar. I also didn't do that. And again, I need to simplify. So I picked out songs. I moved the guitar upstairs. yeah, I did all of these habits that I had, and it still didn't happen. And I think that's okay. I can work on that as I see fit. But I don't think that I want to put it into like my leisure plan. I think that it's going to actually weaken my resolve to do like my devotional reading plan or other things that I want to do. And then host the Stardew Valley party. I actually did this one and it was really fun, and it's not going to be like an ongoing thing. I might do another one like sometime in the fall. We'll see. But yeah, I got the Stardew Valley cookbook. I have the Stardew Valley board game. We got together with a couple of friends and played that, ate Stardew Valley food. It was spectacular, but mostly because we love our friends and they're amazing people. And so, yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed using the Stardew Valley cookbook. And so I actually think that for this quarter, my thing is going to be, I want to cook a little bit more adventurously. So like I want to use the Stardew Valley cookbook. I want to like make pasta from scratch. I've been watching this show, like I think it's called Britain's Best Home Cook or something. It's on Hulu. It has Mary Berry, who I love from like the OG Great British Bake Off. And so I was watching an episode of that and everybody was like making their own pasta. And I was like, oh man, I really want to make my own pasta now. And I've done it before, like with a group, but I want to get more adventurous and do some more like kind of unusual cooking, probably on the weekends. So I think that that's going to be one of my things for my leisure plan. And then the other thing is just going to be like my classic devotional reading plan that I already mapped out and planned. And I really don't think that I need more than 2 things. Yeah, I was not really able to keep up, even though I needed things to distract me. I wasn't really able to keep up with those things. So I think 2 is good. So I'm just going to write catch up on devotional classics reading plan. And then I'm also going to say cook more adventurously on weekends. I'm not messing with that on weekdays. I do not have the time or energy for that. Okay, so then the habits that I need to form are part of the reason I didn't do my devotional classics reading plan is that a lot of the titles are on my Kindle and I don't tend to keep my Kindle charged. So I'm going to say create charging station for my Kindle. And I know that that's not technically a habit, but that's the sort of thing that like sets you up for a habit. If you have a place that you always go to charge your Kindle and it's not a big deal, instead of like me, who I have to like find my charger and then find a wall that I can plug it into where it's not going to like fall over or get knocked off by something. I know it's a me problem, but like it's easy enough for me to charge things when they need to be charged. It's not easy if I don't know where anything is. And so I need to create like a charging station or like spot for it in my head. So I just know like, here's where the stuff always is. Here's where I go and what I do if I need to charge it. So that'll make it easier for me to read the things that I need to read. Pick some dishes, recipes to make like pasta or following Stardew Valley cookbook. And that's it. That is my seasonal plan for this quarter. And it is intentionally very simple. I have 3 things for work because I need those 3 things. I have 2 things for my life, and I have 2 things for leisure. And I will say, I don't think that it's unsimple if you have 3 things, if you have 5 things. I just think that different times in our lives call for different expectations from ourselves. And for me right now, I just came out of a very hard quarter for me, mentally, emotionally. And yeah, I still got everything done that I needed to do. I still, turned in my work on time. I still kept my house fairly neat. There are some things that definitely slipped, but overall, like I was still holding together, but I need to be gentle with myself. And so simplifying this is a way for me to love myself. It's a way for me to be gentle with myself. It's a way for me to not put so many expectations on myself while I know I am still recovering from some very tough news. And yeah, I think that if your situation is different, that's totally fine. I might show up next quarter and say like, oh, hey guys, guess what? Some of those things that I thought it wasn't a good idea to plan, I needed to plan them because I'm not meeting up with friends as much or whatever. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. So one thing I did want to do is I want to make a little Canva template for you so that you can do this same format if that intrigues you, or you can just sort of like check it out yourself. So it's easy to print off. So I'm going to send that out via email if you are subscribed to my list. So go ahead and check out the link below in my video description if you're interested in that. But if you're like, hey, Julianne, I don't really need that Canva template, but I do need some help simplifying my life more, I would recommend this video where I talked about 9 ways to simplify your life. I hope that helps, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.